Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I've got a review of a new insulated jacket I got from Revolution Race. It's called the Mongoose Jacket. Now the first thing to say about it is I got this heavily discounted to about £55. Now today I looked on the website before it came out and I think they've got it down to £71, so that's a usual discount. But one thing I'd say about Revolution Race gear is look out for the outlet sales. They're incredibly well discounted, and I think probably it's a bit like things like Mountain Warehouse do and Decathlon. They'll put the prices in there high, and then the true value is kind of somewhere where you normally pay. So if you can get them on a discount, it's kind of even better. So I'd keep an eye on it. Anyway, about the jacket, what do I want to say about it? So I've got some facts and figures here. Just to say, I am about 5'7", not particularly tall, and I'm wearing a medium today, so that you can see just comes down nicely, doesn't it? And around my backside there, so that's always good to keep the heat. Now I've been walking in about 4 miles now, generated some heat, bit of a sweat on, put this on, and it's keeping me nice and toasty warm. It's not particularly cold in the UK. It's cold and it has been recently. It's about 8 degrees, so we're coming into this sort of middle of October now, and I'll probably get some good use out of this on dog walks and occasionally on top of the mountains, hill walking, that type of thing, when I want a bit of a change from my usual gear that I wear. But I've got some facts and figures. You can see these on the website, so you know, I just wanted to make sure I covered all the bases. So there's one inner pocket with a zip, so you can see here on this side. Hopefully get in with the light, and that's nicely done. And it's a nice light material here. It's about a 10 denier, I think it is, so it's not super heavy. And one pocket on that side. You wouldn't get a map in there. It's not big enough just for your keys, like a pocket there for your keys and things. Inside again, on the right hand side, you've got a sort of rectangle type, which is quite long. Drop pocket, you'd be able to put your gloves in there. I think that's what it's designed for, or a hat. And zip, it's only a one-way zip, so it's not super technical, this coat. You know, it wouldn't be like a belay jacket where you could zip at the bottom and dump heat that way. You'd have to do it from the top, but small things. And 2 side pockets here, not hand warmer pockets, unfortunately. I do like that on a coat, so maybe that would have made it that much better. But at £55, I think I paid for it. I'm not complaining. So where would this in their range comes in? I think in their urban outdoor, they call it urban athletic, is sort of that type of range. I think that's the word to use. And a bit of an all-rounder, I guess I could say. Now, in Revolution Race's range, I kind of like their sort of all-round gear and sort of outdoorsy, sort of more urban type wear. I've sort of gravitated to that for some reason, but I wouldn't, you know, I'll tell you about the material it uses. It's immediate, you know, Revolution Race, they do really strong in their colours and their sort of earthy colours. You know, if you want to change from the, you know, the type of things you get from Rab mountain equipment, I would say this isn't up there with mountain equipment, so I just want to put that out there at the moment. And I'll talk to you about the pricing of this coat in a minute. Elasticated at the end of the sleeve, so it's not Velcro, so you can get your gloves over that. It's nice and easy. So it's a small thing, but you know, it's important. Just makes it easy, an easy coat to wear. On the side, you can cinch. There's 2 drawstrings here, either side. So that's nice and easy. They work really well. The only thing I'd say about Revolution Race, this elasticated. Now those you'd have to tuck under your coat because you might end up getting into trouble or snagging it. But the cord they use it's pretty flimsy. I don't know what it's about, trying to keep the weight down, but it just feels a little bit budget maybe. Again, it's a small thing. I do want to show you the hood on this. This is a really good hood, and you can go over your, there you go, hunker down, dead easy, hunker right down with this thing, and well, there you go. You can disappear into your coat, so that's great. And now I'm really sort of building up the heat inside, really building the heat inside. I know now some nice and warm, and I guess that's the whole purpose of this insulated jacket, isn't it? So let's just take this down. And I'll just give you a bit of a turn around there. So their styling detail on their gear is good. You've got the Revolution Race there, little emblem there. I like that. That works well. And the two-tone, it's nice, isn't it? And it's sort of it looks good. And just to note, the materials, there's PFC3 DWR treatment on the top of this layer here, this outer layer, which I'll talk to you about the material in a minute. Now, there's no adjustment on the back of the hood, so that's lacking. But as you can see, the two side cinches work really well, so they hunky down. Now, it's insulated inside with synthetic materials, not down as you'd expect for this cost. And I would describe this as being, so I've done about sort of 3 or 4 miles in, worked up a bit of heat, and then the type of what I would use this for is to put on top of a mountain. It's reasonably light. It's not uber light. It's not super light, but you know, you can fit it into a 30 or 40 litre rucksack, which I always take out with me, and pack it down. It does compress quite well, and of course the good thing about synthetic is it retains its shape, doesn't it? And even when you get it wet, it does retain a bit of heat. So I would use this occasionally on top of the mountains. I will take it on top of Snowdonia and do a test on it, but I've not been disappointed in wearing it around in the woodlands and going on dog walks. It's done its job. And I've only got a base layer underneath here, and it's keeping the heat in nice, so it's just sort of compact around you. The only thing I would say, what's the down points, this isn't an out and out mountaineering jacket, of course. They describe it as being urban athletic wear, all round jacket, so you'd kind of wear this if you wanted to go and watch the football, that type of thing, out and about in town. The weight is 640 grams, so yeah, it's not a light coat, and it's not super heavy, but it's somewhere in between. As standing here talking to you, I am nice and warm. As I said, it's only about 8 degrees today, so it's not super cold. But I think if you wanted a good jacket for dog walking, all round in outdoors, occasional mountain walking, where you wanted a nice keep this dry, pull it out your rucksack and put it on for some extra insulation on the top, I think it'd be a really good contender. So I'm not being disappointed on it. You know, the colours that Revolution Race do are just great. There's a sort of, they mix it up a bit, haven't they, in the outdoor world, which I really like. And I do tend to wear a lot of their gear, but I also buy mountain equipment, Rab, and Montaigne is a really favourite of mine as well. So I'll just talk to him. It's got what's called Hyperloft Synthetic. I don't think it's that technical. It does feel the baffles are nicely proportioned, so it does feel, I guess it's similar to like a Primaloft insulation. It's the same as their version of it. They've got PFC3 DWR on it, and as I say, it's not an athletic fit, it's a regular fit. So and as with insulated jackets as opposed to down jackets, you don't get that super puffy puffer jacket look with an insulated jacket. So that's sort of personal preference if you want that look. And you've got, you know, I wouldn't, £180, wouldn't spend it on this. I'd go and get a light line jacket for mountain equipment. You know, that is a down jacket, 700 fill, I think thereabouts, and that is a really good contender in this market. But the downside of the down jacket is, gets it wet, it gets ruined, doesn't it? So insulated jacket, again, what's the fabric? The fabric on the outside is quite thin. I'd say it's about like a 10 denier. So, you know, I'm in the woods today, but I wouldn't be going through brambles and against trees. This would rip. And so it's called polyamide, 100% the outer, and the filling is 100% polyester. So there you go. You can see what they've done with it there. Wash care, you can tumble dry this on a low, so that's a good point. You can, if you get it dirty, you throw it in the washer on a 40 degrees heat, and then you can tumble dry this. Is really good. Deals to be had, but as I said, I only buy on Revolution Race when they're heavily discounted. I wouldn't pay the full prices. At the moment, I just don't think they're worth it. Overall, really nice jacket. When will I wear this? As I said, occasionally on top of the hills, locally, maybe in Snowdonia, if I just fancy a bit of a change. Bushcrafting, maybe, but I'd have to be careful. This thing, you know, if you're going to be by the fire, this thing is going to get burnt and ruined, and it's too nice to ruin. And it's so I'll probably wear it for down in the city, in the office, maybe to the pub occasionally in the winter. But as I said, it's not super heavy, not super light, somewhere in between. There you go. Yeah, great. Like it, does a job. That hood is immense, and that's really going to keep the cold out and hunky you down there. Really like that. It's not overpriced if you get it at the right level, the right discounts, and you know, for getting out and about in the woods, dog walking, just enjoying nature, isn't it? I think they're a great brand, and I'm a big supporter. Take care. All the best.